Hello, friends. Welcome to Grow to Succeed. My name is Wasim, and I am here to help you design a great career in your life. So, today's topic is career design. So, I'm sure you have been thinking about designing a great career, right? So, I'm going to help you with some tips, some techniques, and some most important steps that you can follow and make sure you go ahead and design a great career. So let's get started, my dear friends. All right. Now, today's agenda is quite simple, and I'm going to share a lot of details about these topics. And the first thing is we need to understand why career design is required, right? And then we will try and understand why choosing a right career, selecting a right career matters a lot in our life. Then what are those things that we really have to consider even before we start making a career choice, start selecting a career. And then I'm also going to suggest some important fields, areas where you can go ahead and make a great career, and it is really required to make a great career in order to serve entire humanity. So let's go ahead and start understanding those things as well. And importantly, I will be sharing some steps that you can go ahead and sit and start working on those steps in order to design a great career in your life. And then likewise, I will also be sharing some important items related to what to do after class 10th and class 12th. I'll be sharing a lot of resources wherein you can start exploring those resources and then start working on building the great career steps and then start designing your great career. And then I'm sure there are plenty of students who have a goal to crack civil services, right? I'm sure they do have a lot of details, so that you can start working on that, and I'll be sharing some of the tips so you can start exploring those tips and make sure you achieve your dream, your cracking civil services UPXC examination and become the best IAS officer of our country. And then finally I will end up my session. So, dear friends, before I even start introducing or guiding you to the career guidance program, and I just want to share this very powerful thought of a great guy. So, I don't know who that guy is, but I just want to salute him for sharing his thoughtful statement. I know there are two types of people, yeah, on this planet. Number one, successful people. Number two, unsuccessful people. And they are successful or unsuccessful because of their difference in their attitude, choices, decisions, behavior, and so on, right? Obviously, there is too much of difference between these two people. And let's try and understand, let's try and reflect on this statement. This says unsuccessful people make decisions based on their current situation. Yes, unsuccessful people make decisions based on their current situations, and most importantly, successful people always make decisions based on where they want to go, where they want to be, what they want to achieve in their life, right? So, this is really important to understand. If I can give you an example, let's talk about the current situation in the entire globe. So the we are in a global crisis, right? I mean, yeah, we are dealing with this critical situation called the coronavirus, COVID-19, and the entire world is frustrated, worried about what's happening, worried about their life, everyone's life, right? And if we start analyzing about successful and unsuccessful people here, we can think this way. Majority of people, they are trying to find a solution to the current situation, right? And there are very few people who are actually trying to avoid this type of a situation in the near future. They are thinking 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years down the line from today, so that if something comes this way, how can we protect entire world from this kind of a situation? How can we avoid, or how can we stop this kind of a situation to happen in the near future, right? They are trying to solve this situation permanently. So they are people, I call them as successful people. All right, now it's time for class 10th and 12th class students to make sure you start thinking like a successful person, right? So I'm going to help you how you can start thinking like a successful person. So let's move on. So why career guidance is required for students in today's world, 21st century students? You know what, they are very confused because they have got so many options, so many career options, right? And now look at this picture. There is a guy standing, he's got so many ways, so many paths, and he doesn't know what to do. He's completely confused, right? So let's try and analyze why career guidance is required to today's generation students. So number one, now the problem with majority of the students is they never ever plan for their future. So that's how it is, and they simply follow the crowd. Yeah, whatever their friends are doing, whatever their relatives, cousins, brothers, they are doing, whatever people have done, they look at them and then they decide, okay, let me do this, let me do that, irrespective of whether they like it or not like it. Yeah, so there are different instances, there are different situations where they end up by taking that decision. Now obviously majority of the students, they get influenced by their peers, by their colleagues, by their friends, by their, etc., different people, and then they end up selecting that particular career. And of course there are some students who try and fulfill parents dream. Yeah, and they end up taking, because of their parents, they also make a choice, and some students will do well, maybe some parents will guide them in the right direction, and some parents end up misguiding some of the kids, thinking they are right, and then they realize in the future, oh, that was my mistake, and what will happen to the student's life. And now here you need to do a lot of research to understand whether you like it, if that is your area of interest or not, and so on. There's so much of analysis you have to do, and I will help you do that analysis so you can start working with your parent, help them understand, take their inputs, and start making a great career. So let's move on. Now, please never ever get tempted by the current trends, and do not trust whatever you see on media. Never ever get influenced whatever you see on the media. That's really also important. Not everything is 100% right. You have to do a lot of research. You have to do a lot of analysis, and then make sure you take the right decision. All right. So most of the students, they simply jump into the career. Whatever comes on their way, they jump into that career, and then after their graduation, and then they try to move on, and they end up frustrated. They don't like what they do. They keep on switching the careers, and they're completely confused. So you may want to avoid this type of a situation today. Okay, so make sure you take the right decision, and please be aware of the realities, what's happening in the market, how effective, how good the market will be in that particular area or the career, whatever you choose. And majority of the students, they lack counseling facilities. That's why they actually required some kind of a guidance, because they want to know where they are going, where they are going to live in the future. And majority of the students, my dear friends, they lack motivation. They don't know what to do. They don't know, number one, why they are studying, first of all. Right? So these are the challenges. So we really have to address all these challenges. And now it's really, really important for you to make sure you know about yourself. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know your values, know your qualities, know your habits, know about your dreams, know about your goals, know about your aims, targets, vision in your life. There's so many things that you really, really want to explore, and make sure know what you want to do in your life, know what you want to become in your life, know what you want to achieve in your life. So these are the simple questions you may have to start asking to yourself. I will be helping you on that. Okay, so moving on, it's really important to understand this slide, because designing a career, there are so many parameters involved when you start thinking about designing a career. Likewise, let's say you want to build a house. So many materials are required in order to build a beautiful house, right? You need cement, you need bricks, you need stones, you need mud, you need water, you need human resources, skilled human resources, etc., in order to make build a beautiful house. Likewise, when it comes to designing a career where you're going to spend a lot of time of your life, so you really have to be very cautious on what is your decision all about, whether it's going to make you happy in the future or it's going to make you sad, unhappy, right? So make sure, number one required thing is you need to have the right education. Yes, right now you are in the verge of making a decision on what you want to become in your life, right? So you have education, 10th class or 12th class, you have education, and now you need to, so that's your strength, right? And now you also need to find out what is your result in 10th and 12th class. Yeah, where are you, a first class holder, second class holder, or a distinction holder, or a rank holder? So that is your strength. Based on that, you really need to understand your skill sets. Now understand what is your skill set. Of course, it's very easy to find out. So which is the subject you really enjoy is the question. Yes, do you really enjoy mathematics? Do you really score highest number of marks in mathematics, or science, or sociology, or social studies, or it can be languages, or it can be any other language for that matter, any other subject for that matter? So you really have to understand which subject you really enjoy. So based on that, you can take next decision, right? And then you need to have clear vision. Let's say, for example, you have decided to become a doctor, and what will you do after you become a doctor is the vision you should have. What will you do after you become an engineer is the vision you should have, right? And so on. And now you need to also find out the area of your interest. So where is your interest? Is it in managing people? Is it in administration? Or is it in designing something or creating something or doing some research and developing something? Where is your interest? So you can find it out by asking the right question. And what are your values? You need to find out who you are, what are your values, right? And also, most importantly, what is your goal in your life, what you want to become, right? So these are the basic things, basic ingredients when it comes to start designing your career, my dear friends. So let's move on. Let me help you explore more in detail. So moving on, you need to understand some of the most important points before even you start thinking about a career or designing a career. Okay, so the first thing is you have to first, number one, set a smart goal. Always set a smart goal on what you want to become in your life, what you want to do in your life, what you want to achieve in your life. Then you start selecting the subject. Please never ever do vice versa. You select a subject and then you end up nowhere because you don't know what you want to do, what you want to become in your life, right? So make sure you always set a smart goal. How to set a smart goal, how to achieve the goals, there is a different topic I'll be creating and uploading, so you can start working on that, and then you can make sure you design a beautiful, wonderful goal. All right, so let's move on. Now know your strengths and weaknesses, then you decide on a career. Okay, if even if you think your weakness is the area where you want to build a great career, then make sure you convert that weakness to a strength. Start working on that weakness to make a strength. Okay, to make it, convert it to a strength. And never ever choose what your friends or relatives are choosing unless you are 100% sure that you really want to get into that and you want to make it, you want to break it, right? All right, so always choose a career not just to earn money, because there's so many other things that you really want to focus on. It's not just about making money. There are so many other things, like making yourself a better person, making your parents proud, making your society proud, making your country proud, right? And serving the entire humanity. This has to be a purpose of making your career, designing your career, building your career, right? So just make sure whatever you want to become in your life, make sure you have the bigger dreams. Okay, and my dear friends, never ever choose a shortcut in your life. Yeah, because there are some disadvantages. Initially you think you're doing great, but the rest of your life you will be the biggest sufferer. Okay. All right. So let's move on. So let's see why we have to choose a career. Why is it required for us to select a career? Yeah, that's really important to understand. So I have some points I want you to understand. I hope you understand, because we are unique. Almighty God has created each and every human unique. Our fingerprint is unique, our eye is unique, anything, everything is unique. Yeah, that's how a human is unique from other human, completely 100% unique. And now, our strengths are unique. We are good in something, we are better in something, we are the best in something, in one or the other area, right? We just have to start working on those areas and make sure we build a great career in that particular area. So that's how it is. So we are born only once. That's why we have to decide on choosing the right career. Why is it required for us to choose the right career? Because we end up spending 40 years of our life on that particular career. Right. So it's almost like 80,000 hours, that minimum 80,000 hours we are going to spend on that particular career, unless you want to continue with that career, right? So that's how it is. And the question is, are you ready to happily spend 80,000 hours on that career, or do you want to spend unhappily? So that's the question. So how do you decide that, how you know about yourself? The basic question you have to ask is, what I want. Okay. Under what I want, the simple question you have to ask is, what I want to become. Becoming is something that you want to become, like doctor, engineer, scientist, pilot, etc., etc. And under what I want, so first question is what I want to become, then what I want to do after becoming a doctor, engineer, etc., right? Then what I want to achieve after what you become in your life, right? Then what I have is the simple question you have to start answering. You have health, you have parents support, you have access to education, you have brothers sisters support, you have friends support, you have college support, you have teacher support, right? And so on. You have access to online resources and many other resources that you can start using in order to achieve what you want to achieve in your life. And what can I do is the next question and final question you can ask. What can you do? Yes, you can work hard, you can maintain discipline, you can consistently start learning, and you can work hard, right? You can come up with some amazing strategy, you can start planning, you can start working on that plan, and you can take actions and make sure you are paying your attention 100% at the right things, which is helping you to become the best in whatever you want to do, right? So these are the things that you have to start analyzing, start working even before you start deciding on your career. And the billion dollar question is, my dear friends, how do you really want to spend these 80,000 hours of your life before you die? Yeah, that's the most important question. Do you really want to spend those 80 hours and make sure you are 100% happy and satisfied in your life? Or do you really want to spend 80,000 hours and then you are unhappy and sad in your life? So that's your choice. So make sure you take the right decision whenever you decide on your career. All right, so moving on, according to me, some of the most important careers here are where you can make are you can get into civil services, okay, and start serving the nation. You can get into public services, start the nation and people. You can get into law and administration and start justifying, start giving justice to the people, and get into the mass media, where you can always speak truth and share positive information, always share good information with people, start motivating people, and start conducting different sorts of programs which encourages the spirit of people to do good. You can get into medical industry, medical field, where you can become a doctor, and different types of subfields where you can join and you can start serving people, right? And you can find out, innovate something that's going to help entire humanity. right? And also get into the research and development. Yes, of course, you can get into the research and development, and you can do research on each and anything and everything, depending on which area you get into, and find out something amazing which is going to which is going to help this world in a very beautiful way, and people get benefited big time, and the nature get benefited big time, right? And get into training and development, start training people, start training youth, because today's youth is the future of this world, the future of our country. Start working that way, right? And get into the defense services, start protecting your country, start protecting the country, start protecting the resources of country, start protecting the people of country, and so on, right? And get into education, that's really important, and start designing the amazing wonderful education model, so that people adopt that, and they become the best of the best human, they become the best of the best citizens, they become the best of the best people, they become the best of the best in whatever they do, and they always think of giving back the best to the world, people, and so on, right? These are the some of the important careers that you can get into. You can make amazing careers, and you can give back to the world, right? So now, dear friends, take a pen and a book and start taking notes. This is really important, and I want you to go ahead and start working on this, okay? So please take this personal commitment, start working on these tips 1 week, 2 weeks, and then you start designing your career. Number one, decide on a career. So here is the confusion, right? To majority of the students, they stuck on designing their career, deciding on the career. They listen to their parents, they listen to their relatives, they listen to elderly people, they listen to their friends, they follow social media, they follow different types of people, and then finally they are in a confused state. They really don't know what to do, right? Please do not get confused. It's very simple for you to decide on a career. You just have to ask simple question and answer to those simple questions. Number one, what I want to become, what I want to do, what I want to achieve, what I have, how you can use all those resources in order to achieve, and what you can do in order to achieve whatever you want to become in your life. So start working on these simple questions, and then I will also come up with a life journey exercise which will help you to redesign your life, right? So that's going to be a completely different topic, so that you can watch it in the future. So now step 2 is always set smart goals and have an effective action plan. Setting smart goals is really, really important. So this is also another topic I'll be discussing. I will come up with a video so that you can watch. Smart goal is, the goal has to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Okay, so I will have some amazing steps so that you can start working on those steps and start achieving those goals as well. And step 3 is to always learn consistently. This is really important, because I strongly believe consistent learning leads to success, and ignorance, carelessness leads to failure. Yeah, so always make sure you keep learning consistently in whatever field you choose. Keep learning consistently. The more you learn, the more you learn, the more you grow, right? This is the secret of success. So keep learning consistently. Always never stop learning, because learning is a lifelong process. Learning is a never ending process. Learning is a continuous process. Okay, so never ever stop learning. So keep learning and keep growing. So now step 4 is to work hard. My dear friends, always make sure you work hard, and most importantly, work smart. That's really important. Yeah, so step 5 is to develop yourself. So you have an effective action plan designed on step 2, and you start taking action, right? And when you take action, obviously you will get result. It can be a positive result or it can be a negative result. Do not worry, it's okay to fail during this process. Whenever, wherever you are failing in whatever area, so keep working on that area, keep developing yourself. See what strategies you can apply, what methods you can apply, what techniques you can learn, so that you can start working on that, and make sure you keep developing on that particular area. So that's how you have to keep developing yourself. And most importantly, make sure you never ever give up. students, they give a try, and then you know what they say, okay, it's not my piece of work, okay, I don't like it, I just give up. No, never ever do that. That's why you have to be 100% sure. Whatever you choose, you have to make sure you select it, you know, wisely, and take a decision, right decision, and then start working on it. Then make sure you crack it. Yeah, that's how it should be. Then most importantly, keep trying until you reach your goal. Keep trying, my dear friends, keep trying, no matter what, keep trying. You will see so many ups and downs coming in your life. It's okay to see so many ups and downs, but make sure you keep moving, keep moving, keep trying, try until you reach your goal, until you succeed in whatever you want to do in your life. Okay, that's how it should be. So say 10th standard class, I know you know all these streams, right? It's very basic. So after 10th class, you have commerce, you have science, you have arts, right? And first thing is you need to understand your strengths, your weaknesses, your area of interest. So based on that, what you want to do, what you want to become, what you want to achieve. So based on that, you just have to make a wise decision and then move on by selecting the right choice here. And then in science, you will learn physics, chemistry, mathematics, and some optional subjects. It can be computer science, electronics, and then some languages, right? In commerce, you have accountancy, economics, business studies, mathematics, and many other subjects, including the languages. In arts and humanities, there are many other subjects that you will be learning, which are really interesting: history, geography, political science, psychology, etc., with languages, right? And then based on what you select here, of course, after 10th, you have many other options which are available. You can get into class 11, 12, or you can do some polytechnic courses and paramedical courses, ITI courses, job oriented courses, which are available for 6 months, 1 month, 1 year, and 2 years. Like you can get into many different types of professional courses which are available online, right? And then you can get into government services. You can take up apprenticeship programs, right? So this is a beautiful chart designed by Sigma Foundation. Yes, you can search for this chart on Google and you will find it, and you can start exploring. And now after +2, after 12th class, what can you do? Yes, there are so many options which are available, starting from getting into medical industry, getting into technical industry, getting into management, commerce. You can take up undergraduate different types of courses, and then you can get into law, and you can take up, and so on. This is a beautiful chart designed again by Sigma Foundation. Okay, and then what are the options available? There are so many, plenty of options, opportunities available in 21st century. Start exploring. This is just the beginning. Okay, start exploring. There are thousands of courses available in industry, right? So start exploring. And after +2, you really have to write an entrance exam. That's really important for you to get into any higher studies, to do higher studies. Technical, there are technical exams, there are non-technical exams, there are medical exams, they are like law exams called CLAT. You can get into railways, then civil services, defense services, etc. For more information, you can go to indiaeducation.net and you can start doing some research. And now here comes the tips. I want to share some important tips to all those students who are preparing yourself to become an IAS officer, IPS officer, and want to crack UPSC examination, right? Some of the qualities you really need are on the slide. Number one, believe in, have faith in Almighty God, have patience, because there are always results after patience. Yeah, believe in yourself. It's really important to also believe in yourself, because that increases your confidence level. And like I said, always remember, consistent learning is the key. Always keep learning. Have a clear purpose on what you want to become and what you want to do in your life. That's very important. Okay, then have clarity in values. That's really critical. Have clarity in values. Okay, and then do planning, have some strategies, work hard, work smart. So these are the essential ingredients, essential qualities that you really need to have. And never ever give up, never quit, my dear friends, never quit. Okay, so that's how it should be. And let's see what are the best practices UPSC exam. For UPSC exam, some of the best practices are, of course, self-study. Okay, 80% of self-study is what is required. Effective learning strategies, some amazing methods that you can follow. I'll be also sharing some amazing techniques when I conduct this learning strategies program. So I will be uploading that as well. So have always practice consistently. Keep recalling, revise, recall. Then consistent practice is also most important. And do a lot of case studies, do a lot of analysis. You have to do a lot of research from your end. And most importantly, use online resources very carefully. There are so many resources available. Make sure you find out the right resources, and you can find more information on upsc.gov.in. And always take notes and do a lot of physical workout. Yeah, physical workout is actually more important, because you are putting so much of information, and your brain needs break, and your body needs fresh energy. In order to get fresh energy, you have to start working out. If you do not have time, I suggest you do tabata. Tabata. So this is a beautiful workout that you can start doing. It is actually 10 minutes workout. Okay, it's designed by Japanese. Just work out for 10 minutes. It will release all the unwanted energy from your body, and it will acquire new energy. Okay, so do this workout for 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening, and you will feel amazed. It's a beautiful workout that you can start working on. Okay, so moving on, let's try and understand what is the right approach in order to crack the UPSC examination. Yes, always read newspapers. That's really important, because you need to know more about the general things, what's happening in the society, what's happening in the country, what's happening across the globe, in different nations, etc. That's really important. And there is I think the preferred newspaper here is the Hindu, right? So go ahead, start reading that newspaper. And always rely on the monthly current affairs magazine. There are different news available, PIB and AIR news that you can listen to, Yojana magazine, Manorama, India yearbook, some standard books. Again, make use of these online resources carefully. And most importantly, practice. You have to practice minimum of 4,000 questions. That is also related to your interview, how to face an interview, how to talk, how to maintain your body language, how to maintain the contact, how to keep a smile on your face, and how to analyze during an interview, and so on. Then most importantly, always make sure you go ahead and solve past question papers. Collect all those question papers and keep on solving those question papers, and face mock interviews, face mock exams, and always learn this time management tips and techniques, tricks, and so on. And again, the key is consistent learning, consistent practice, consistently exploring and analyzing the things. That's the key for an IAS officer. Okay, all right. So now here is a great guy. Benjamin Franklin once said, he asks this question, okay, what is the recipe for a successful achievement? Then he said there are just 4 essential ingredients. And the first thing is, you need to choose the right career that you love, that you enjoy, that you really are serious about it. Okay, that's very important. And now you have to give the best shot. Yeah, you have to give the best shot. And most importantly, you have to seize all the opportunities that you come across. And finally, be the best in whatever you do. Be the best in whatever you do. So my dear friends, this is all about I just wanted to share with you. And most importantly, I just want to congratulate to all the students who have achieved good results, great results. And I wish you good luck and all the very best in whatever you do, whatever career you design. I believe this was helpful to some extent, and I truly believe that you are going to start working on the simple questions. Make sure this is the life changing formula which I have shared. Make sure you follow that, and make sure you design, know yourself, number one. Then you take the right approach in order to design your career, and make sure you design a very beautiful career, and you achieve your career, whatever you want to achieve. And most importantly, you have to give back, right? Give back. Make your parents proud, make your family members proud, make the society proud, make our country proud. Take India to the international level, make our country proud. So you can do it. You are responsible for making our country proud. Yes, go ahead, make sure, start working on these strategies, and start working on designing your career, and make sure you take the right decision. I hope you take the right decision, and you achieve the best of the best. You become the best, you make everyone proud. And thank you so much. And I wish you all the very best once again. Do good, be good, and take care of everyone. And thank you so much for watching this video. Most importantly, make sure you go ahead, like this video, subscribe to my channel for new videos, comment. If you think you want me to post on any topic, let me know. Send your inputs and I will start working on it, and then I will start making videos and upload it. And most importantly, my dear friends, share this video as much as possible, so this is useful for rest of your friends and family members. All right, so thank you so much everyone. You take care. Bye for now.